Today we'll start with chapter 4 of unit 1 communication cycle. The chapter name is basic writing skills. As we have learned earlier, the writing and oral and written communication is a part of the communication. So what skills you require to write a message or to communicate with other, so these are the skills you need and these are discussed in this chapter. So let us understand, written communication is the most effective mode of communication. It is more formal and less flexible than oral communication. The written form is helpful in keeping a record of conversation for future reference. If you remember, the same we started in the previous chapter. The written content depends on the correct choice of words, their organization into a right sentence sequence, and the cohesiveness in the sentences. There are basically 7 C's of communication. These are the 7 elements in communication which are popularly known as 7 C's. They are regarded as a checklist that helps to improve the professional communication skills and increase the chances that the message will be understood in exactly the same way as it was intended. So these points clear that the message will be understood the way you want to communicate. So these 7 C's are given here in the figure. As you can see, it should be clear, correct, complete, concrete, concise, concentration and courteous. We'll go through one by one. Clear. As you know, the message should be clear, it should not be confusing. Correct. The message should be free of any grammatical mistakes or spellings mistake so that the receiver can understood better. Complete. The message should be complete, means it should have all the required information whatever you want to communicate. Next is concrete. The content should be supported by facts and figures, that there should be some related information which is based on facts. Concise. The message should be to the point. Short and brief message that can save the time of the receiver. Consideration. The sender must take consideration of the receiver's opinion, mindset or the knowledge what to communicate effectively. Courteous. The sender must consider feelings and viewpoints of the receiver while drafting the message. So these are the 7 C's. Before writing a message to communicate, these are mandatory to take care. Now we'll discuss about writing skills. To communicate well, we must have a good command over language in which we are communicating. Either we are writing in Hindi or English, on both languages we should have a good command. So we must take care that there are no grammatical errors in the writing. To improve our writing skills, we'll study about the basic components of the English grammar and how they should be used effectively. Now in this chapter, you all will learn about normal basic English grammar which you have already studied in class 3, 4, 5 onwards. The basic things, what is noun, what is pronoun, adverb, articles, phrases, what are sentences, that all are things which you need to write a message, that all are discussed here. Let's go through one by one each. The first one is phrases. You all must be aware about phrase. These are the group of words which cannot complete a sentence. These are the parts of sentence. For example, a sweet smelling rose will be going behind the cupboard. So do they make complete sense? No. So these are called phrases. So as you can see here, the definition, a phrase is a group of words that form a unit within a sentence but is incomplete independently. A phrase lacks both the subject and the object. For examples, girl in the brown hat is a phrase, and sentence is the girl in the brown hat looked confused. So this is the difference between sentence and phrase. Next is types of phrases. There are different kind of phrases: noun phrase, verb phrase, adjective phrase, adverbial phrase, or prepositional phrase. Noun phrase which will act like a noun in the sentence. Verb which will be the verb or the helping verbs within the sentence. Adjective will be the round an adjective. For example, he has led a very interesting life. So interesting is the adjective, describes the object life. So interesting life would be the adjective phrase. The adverbial phrase is built around an adverb by adding words before or after it. For example, the economy recovered very slowly. So very slowly is the adverb, so very slowly is the adverbial phrase. Prepositional will always begins with a preposition and is followed by a noun. So all these are the basic things which you already know. These you can practice here given below. Next is sentences. A group of words that makes complete sense is called a sentence. It must contain a subject and a predicate. Like color blue favorite is mine. It is not a sentence. You always say my favorite color is blue. So that is a sentence. There are 4 types: assertive, interrogative, imperative and exclamatory. Assertive sentence that declares something, which a simple statement. Interrogative sentence where anybody asks a question. Imperative sentence which is a sentence which makes a command or gives order or requesting something or wishing something, that is an imperative sentence. Exclamatory sentence which would be the like surprised, you feel happy, some kind of cheerfulness. So all that are the exclamatory sentences. Next are the practice time. You can go through it. We'll continue with the next part, that is the parts of sentence. There are basically 2 parts in a sentence, a subject and a predicate. Subject would be the group of words which conveys the name of the person, things, about whom or about which you are speaking. Predicate would be the another part of the sentence which contains a verb and states something about the subject. For example, the book fell off the table. So book is a subject here because we are talking about the book. So the book is a subject and rest part fell off the table would be the predicate part. So the same way you can see with the next examples. We'll go through the next part. Rules for writing a sentence. Use short sentences. Limit sentence content. Economize on words. Arrange the sentences in a proper sequence. Design sentences to emphasize the topic. So these are already basic things which you have already studied or maybe you are already aware. So I'll go through the chapters to finish it because this is a common things. I think no need to discuss. We'll go through once so that you can see what is there inside the chapter. Here is the practice time. You can see the subject and a predicate you have to choose. So just go through once. There is the next one. The parts of speech. There are 8 parts of speech in English grammar: noun, pronoun, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, interjections. So these are the 8 parts of the speech. Let us describe its definition one by one. We'll go ahead then. Noun. Noun is a word that is used to name a person, a thing, animal, place, or any idea. So that, like here, the example, Ram uses a blue pen to write letters. The Ram, pen, and letters are the nouns. Pronouns is a word used in place of noun, in place of name, in place of the place name, anything. So I, you, we, they, she, he are the pronouns. Next is adjective, which describes or gives more information about either noun or pronoun, like happy, young, the little girl has a pink hat. So it is describing the noun or pronoun. Verb, which shows an action or state of being something. So like going, speaking, all these are the verbs. Adverbs, that modifies the meaning of a verb or an adjective, or expressing the manner, place, time, or degree, like slowly, very well, quickly. So all these are the examples of adverb. Preposition. Preposition shows a relationship of a noun or noun phrase to another word, like at, in, with, about, from, for, you. All these are the prepositions. The next is conjunction, which refers to a word which joins two words, like and, but, because. All these are the conjunction words. Interjection, that expresses a strong emotion, like wow, ouch, when you feel pain. So all these which are followed by exclamation sign, that are interjection words. So this is a practice time. You can see the story there, find out the parts of speech, okay, what kind of, either it is a noun or pronoun, adjective, verb. So just categorize it. Our next topic is articles. Article, which you all know, a, an, and the. You know, a and the. So which is used to modify a noun or person or place. So there are two types of article. The first one is indefinite article. The second one is definite article. Indefinite में a and an you can add, or indefinite में there's the. A and an is the two forms of indefinite article. So like a, you know, wherever you have a single thing, so there you can use a, or single thing or countable noun, there you can use a. And always comes in a countable thing, but wherever you found the sound of vowels like a, e, I, o, u. So it is not mandatory that you go with the words or spellings. If it sounds from the vowel, then also there you will apply an. As you can do with the same, you can do the same with a also. Like there's a word unicorn. So unicorn has a vowel u, but it sounds like y, y, right? So there will not be applied an, there will be a. So wherever you find in a and an, you go with the sounds or you go with the countable thing, then only you apply a or an. So here are the examples of a and an given below. So you can go through once. The difference between a and an: a when the next word starts with a consonant sound. Use an when the next word starts with a vowel sound. Like umbrella. Umbrella starts with u. Pronunciation is also starting with a, which is a vowel. So you can apply an. Here also it is given a note The initial sound is important, not the spelling, which I have already told you. There are examples given below. A university. So university, U is at the beginning but sounds like U. So it should come A here. A 1 rupee note, but O is at the beginning but sounds like W. So you should also apply here A. So these are the examples you can go through. Next is define article the. The can be used with both countable nouns singular as well as plural and uncountable nouns. The main use is to specify a person, the place or the thing. It is used when the noun that follows is already known. The famous things you can place the, or wherever you used it, the word is, a noun is used earlier, then also you can place the there. So these are the examples given there. You can go through, please. Go through all the examples and go with the practice time. Our next topic is paragraph writing. Paragraph writing is a fundamental unit of composition. So paragraph consists of several sentences about a main subject. Before beginning a paragraph, you must have a clear idea of what the paragraph is going to be about. What should be the topic, what is the topic, what should be the points there, what is asked there, what should be the clarity and unity. So these are the points you should see to write a good paragraph. Topic of paragraph, you should know very well about the topic. Then introduction, don't forget to give the introduction on the topic. So then topic is a main subject matter or idea covered in a paragraph. The controlling idea focuses on the topic by providing direction to the composition. So next is support. After starting the topic sentence, provide information in 7 to 8 sentences to explain and clarify more about the topic. Then you go with the conclusion. After illustrating your point with relevant information, add a concluding sentence that summarizes the points made in the paragraph. As you always writing in English, in your English subject, paragraph writing you always do. So I think you are already aware of all these points, how to write a paragraph. Rules for writing a paragraph. Give the paragraph unity, keep the paragraph short, make use of topic sentences, unnecessary details don't put, give the paragraph movement. Next, end the paragraph with a conclusion. And always a paragraph is judged on the following criteria, like introduction, support or explanation. Explanation would be based on content, the fluency, grammar and spelling, and sequencing of the sentences. And in the last, conclusion. So the sample of the paragraph is given here, which you may also know. go through once, and then you can complete these practice time paragraphs with the key points given here. So here your chapter ends. We'll send you the exercise through the PDF. Just go through once through the entire chapter with chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4 of the entire unit 1. All these 4 chapters are the part of unit 1 communication cycle. So just go through all the parts. We'll send you the entire combined exercise through the PDF. Thank you.